of thumb, and you could take this to the bank. If Obama endorses them, then you can be 100% sure that that is the wrong option. Again, this is a spiritual battle above all else, and Obama is spiritually corrupt.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Warriors, I have a man here who is dropping some information about Obama that we should all be paying attention to. Plus, I have some deeper information for you about this whole evil agenda that Obama is part of. That is what I'll be talking about today on Chat with Me, Linda B. All right, Warriors, you know what to do. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, select all notifications, stick around to the very end. Let's get into it. All right, Warriors. We've got a man here talking about Barack Hussein Obama, if that's your real name. He's talking about something about Obama, and it's very, very, very true because we all know, all those of us with common sense who are on the conservative side, the right, that Obama is going to uplift everything evil. That is what he does. But I want you to listen to this man right here, and then I am going to give you a deeper take. I'll be right back.
Rule of thumb, and you could take this to the bank. If Obama endorses them, then you can be 100% sure that that is the wrong option. Again, this is a spiritual battle above all else, and Obama is spiritually corrupt. I believe some crazy things about Obama that a lot of people don't want to believe yet. But I can tell you this, if he endorses a candidate, then that's God letting you know that that is the wrong candidate to go for. Obama will only endorse corruption. Obama will only endorse destruction. Obama will only endorse lies. And Obama will only endorse the people that's going to push the agenda that we just tried to stop when we voted for Donald Trump. So pay attention, because things are very black and white right now. It's very easy to see what is wrong and what is right. We've already identified Obama as the evil one. But when you see him endorsing people like Zoran Mamdani, the lady in Virginia, Gavin Newsom, understand God is making it very easy for you to see what is the wrong choice. God bless.
There you go. If Obama endorses someone, there you go. That person is the wrong person. He endorsed the Democrat. Of course, he was going to endorse the Democrat, of course, because they belong to the same party. Abigail Spamberger. Okay, her. And of course, he endorsed Zoran Mamdani, Democrats. He is for everything that is going to hurt our country. Make no mistake about it. All right, we're going to talk about it right now. Let's talk about it. So the thing is, I told you guys about an agenda. Okay, Agenda 2030, whether you want to call it that, or you just want to say a global agenda. Well, everything is centered around, in my opinion, replacing us through mass immigration. I did another video on the Somali immigrant fraud. There's a Somali man that exposes his own community. And then imams, Muslim imams, come forth and state their apologies, a number of them, to America. And I want you guys to go back and watch that video. If you have not, I will link it at the end of this video. Super duper important that you watch it so you understand what's going on. But in this video, I'm going to go past immigration into other things that is part of the agenda to, in my opinion, destroy this country. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it 100% real. You know, sometimes you just want to hide and put your head in the sand like an ostrich and just live your life and spend your money if you have any to spend. Go out to eat and have a good time, drink and be merry. And you don't want to think about all that foolishness, but you don't want to be taken by surprise, do you? You don't want to just be so caught up in your comfy life. With those of you who have money. That's why I keep emphasizing, if you have any money to spend, you can just sit back, relax, and forget about the evil powers that be and what they're really trying to do. Why do you think there's such a push? Not only with mass immigration, I've talked about that in the other video that I want you to watch about the Somali refugee that exposed his community. I mean, you really need to watch that. It's a really good video. But we've talked about that. But also, there's the transgenderism, there's also abortion. Um, why do you think that is? The chemicals in the food. Think about it. If you put chemicals in our food, which is what RFK is addressing, that's why President Trump, in my opinion, is addressing every single area of concern in America. He is. He is addressing every single area. The food, which causes us to get sick, even causes children to get sick. And when you get sick and you stay sick, you can die early. Okay, that's affecting our population in a negative way, is negatively impacting our numbers. Keep that in mind. Think population. Think that everything that I'm going to name is centered around decreasing our numbers. Okay, I just told you about my other video about immigration. A lot of those folks come over here, they outbirth us. And then we are depopulating because we're not having as many children. Not only not having as many children, but we're also aborting our children out of the womb before they even have a chance to take their first breath. We are doing that. Transgenderism, and that's why they have it in the schools, because they want to get to the youth before they even have a chance to procreate. That's why they do it so heavily in the public school system. And I'm talking about high school and elementary and high school. And yes, it continues up to higher levels of learning, but they do it early so that these young folks, these children, these are not adults. That's why they wanted children to be able to get these sex changes without their parents' consent. That is why in California, I believe they still have it that if a child has gender dysphoria and they want to have a sex change operation, if the parent is against it, they come after the parents and try to take the child away from the parents. So make no mistake, this is an agenda. This is a movement. It's all centered around the word depopulation, lessen the numbers. Remember that. I'm just telling you guys the truth. It's the truth. Look at this. The Democrats are for all this stuff. They want mass immigration because those people that come over here from other places have more children. Then they want us to abort ours. Okay. Then they want our children to be confused about how God made them so that they get their bodies mutilated, and their parents sometimes are guilted into it if they don't live in a state like Minnesota or California. They're guilted into giving their child the permission to do this, which means they will not be able to procreate. Okay. Then I talked about the food. All right. And just want to make sure I'm not skipping over anything. I think I got everything as far as what concerns depopulation. So everything is being addressed in the Trump administration when it comes to that. He doesn't go along with the trans ideology. He does not. He said he wants to uplift the nuclear family, which is a man and a woman and their children. That's biblical. He said there are two genders, male and female. So I'm just trying to explain it to people who have a hard time discerning truth from a lie. Some of you don't understand the truth. You cannot tell when a person is lying or telling you the truth. Some of you are literally, and I'm not trying to be mean, you're so bad off that you will believe the person that is lying and you won't believe the person that's actually telling you the truth. And that's just the fact of the matter. You lack discernment. Your relationship with God is just awful. I mean, it's just the truth of the matter. I'm not here to make anybody feel good. I am here to tell the truth. So help me, God. And these things are the facts. They want to lessen our numbers. I thought about it one day by the grace of God that this is about lessening our numbers. The average woman in America has maybe one or two children. These Muslim women, they have at least 4. Are you kidding me? They have several children. They keep popping them out. And then we are aborting ours. I bet you they don't abort theirs. I bet you everything I got, they don't abort their children. And here we are thinking, oh, it's my right. It's my right, falling into that lie that is your body when it is not. The child has separate DNA, separate fingerprints. I want us to think. I don't want everything that the left and the media, the mainstream media, let me be clear, that is being pushed, these college campuses, this ideology, everything that the music industry, Hollywood, the mainstream news media is pushing is not true. Is falsehood. I'm just, they're gaslighting us. Some of us know and some of us don't know. But for those of us who do know, we have to decide whether or not we're willing to deal with the backlash when we try to tell people the truth. And some people, you got to wash your hands from them because they refuse to believe the truth. There is a powerful deception over the land that I just told you, that people can't believe the truth because they are up under a spirit of delusion. They call the truth a lie, and they call the lie the truth. Woe unto you when you call good evil and evil good. That is scripture in the book of Isaiah. These are facts, people. Depopulation, getting rid of ourselves. That is the whole game plan here. This is a long game that's been played on us for quite some time. Roe v. Wade came about, as you know, in 1973. And so many Black babies have been aborted. And I'm talking about Black folks right now because we have a tendency to vote for the party that wants to get rid of us through abortion. They put Planned Parenthood clinics in Black neighborhoods. One year, a few years ago, I went to take my husband out in Atlanta to a very nice restaurant. Wonderful, had a delicious meal. But on the way there, we rode through a Black neighborhood and I looked up and there it said Planned Parenthood. God had my eyes to, because I was not looking up, but I happened to look up just in the nick of time to look up and see Planned Parenthood. And y'all running around here, Black folks voting for the Democrat Party, and they're telling you to get rid of your babies, to decrease your numbers so that we are politically irrelevant. You better start being able to think for yourself and stop being dumb. I know that. And so I'm just being honest, just telling you the truth. Now, it hurts. The truth hurts, and people on the left have a tendency to want to call you a name when you tell them the truth. They call you a sellout. They call you an Uncle Tom, and Uncle Tom is the hero of the story. I'm like, please go read a book, will you? It's Sambo that is the one that's trying to hurt his own people. And you've got Sambos out there, but you guys like the Sambos, and that is crazy. You like Al Sharptons and your Benjamin Crumps. You like these people that are literally paid, and Roland Martin, these people are paid to keep us in a permanent state of victimhood. You've even got celebrities out there working for the man, working for the slave master. But I want you guys to understand what's really going on. Aborting our babies at a massive rate. In another video, I said there are 48 million Black people in America today. If we had not aborted our children, I forget the number of Black babies that were aborted, is somewhere between 16 to 20 million. I'm not quite 100% certain of the numbers. But if we had not aborted our children, then we would be around anywhere from 85 million to 135 million, depending on the number of children those children would have had. And then that was 52 years ago, 53 years ago. A lot of people would have grandchildren as well. So let's think on that. Let's chew on that and think about how we have been duped. Okay, for all the faults that the Republican Party has, they don't promote abortion. They don't. You may say, well, what have they done for us? They haven't done anything against us. We don't really need people to do for us because we are grown. We're adults. We're grown men and women. We can do for ourselves. We don't need anybody giving us anything. We don't. I mean, cool if you want reparations, but make sure you get some tangibles in the form of something other than a paycheck, like the schools and the crime in the neighborhoods. But I'm just against the mindset of looking for somebody to give you something because you're stuck on what they owe us. Okay, fine. If you want to do that. I didn't say I'm against it. I'm just against how would you actually lend it out. and be fair and not punish people whose ancestors had nothing to do with it, is my point, is my question. And we don't have to agree with each other 100% of the time. But at the same time, I mean, look at what we do in our communities. Look at what we do. We hurt our own selves. And the agenda is depopulation. All right. And it is just not depopulation with Black folks. They want to get rid of the godly Christian white folks too. They want to get rid of Christianity. That's another thing that's on the agenda. Make no mistake. Democrats took God out of their platform. Yes, the Democrat Party did that. Why do you think I call them the Demon Rat Party? They did that. They have control of the media, corporate, by way of the powers in the background, the initials being DS, what President Trump said he wanted to destroy 10 years ago, and they came after him, blazing coming after him. If they can come after a former president, at the time he was the former president, but they were coming after him, what makes you think they can't come after us? And that's something we all may have to go through. You've got people that try to do the right thing and they get thrown in prison for nothing because their voices are too loud, their impact too strong. Look at where Charlie Kirk is today. He was making an impact, and evil said, I'm going to snuff you out. But what evil did not expect is that the rest of us say, we're Charlie Kirk. We'll take up the mantle and go forth with a mission. Because there is a mission to depopulate, take our weapons away, and leave us very vulnerable. Because if you pass a law that says it is against the law for anyone to have weapons, and they're going to put some flowery language around it to make it sound like something good. Well, we want to curb violence. We're just really trying to make sure people don't hurt each other. What's going to end up happening is the law-abiding people, we will obey the law and give up our weapons. But guess what? The criminals already don't obey the law, so they're going to still have their weapons. I want us to think. Please think and pray. And what do you guys think is going to happen once our numbers are so diminished, once we are so sick from eating poisoned food, once we don't have any children and grandchildren to stand up who are young and energetic and strong to take up the fight because of abortion, transgenderism, and other things, and the other folks that come over here have all these numbers? We're going to be outnumbered. That is the whole point. That is the whole plan. And then they overtake us. And I've already talked about in another video that when you get all these people over here, they get in government. And then the people who were brought over here illegally a lot of times or allowed over here are going to vote for these people that also are in government that are also illegal, like Ilhan Omar. So then you have this new government, and the native population is outnumbered. So let's just not forget what's really, really happening while we're focusing on little bitty points of contention, something that doesn't even really matter. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, select all notifications. You'll all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America, and march on, warriors.